Recently, podcaster Joe Rogan speculated about the outcome of the 2024 elections, predicting Kamala Harris as the potential winner. During a conversation with guest Michael Malice on his podcast, Rogan remarked, "She's gonna win." Rogan elaborated further, "We're living in a bizarre time where people are buying into nonsense like never before. The desire to avoid Trump at all costs is so strong that people are gaslighting themselves. And by the way, I think Hillary could win. Everyone used to say Kamala Harris is the worst vice president. She's the least popular VP ever, yet suddenly she's seen as the solution, the hero. Now, if you search for negative stories about her online, you won't find any." Rogan and Malice discussed the impact of the July 13th assassination attempt on Trump, with Rogan suggesting it could have shifted the dynamics of the race. However, he believed that the subsequent replacement of Biden with Harris erased this incident from the public's consciousness. Rogan then clarified his earlier statement, "I'm saying it because she could win. Not because I think she will or want her to. I'm just being honest, I can see her winning, but it's clear how Rogan is thinking." The mainstream media eagerly picked up on Rogan's comments, emphasizing that even a far-right figure like Rogan acknowledges that Trump might not win. But what's really going on? It's clear that the mainstream media functions as the PR arm of the Democrats. Their job is to make their clients look good and discredit their opponents. The media has been leading the charge to dethrone Joe Biden, despite his securing 15 million votes from Democrat primary voters. Factual polls showed Biden's weaknesses, leading to debates with Trump where Biden appeared cognitively impaired, even with typically Democrat-leaning moderators. High-profile figures like George Clooney began publicly urging Biden to step aside, creating the perception that a Trump victory was inevitable. After the assassination attempt on Trump, the media could no longer sustain their usual anti-Trump narratives. Trump's defiant response demonstrated his resilience, leaving the media unable to spin it negatively. His strong showing at the Republican convention received less venomous coverage than usual, making it seem like the media had resigned to a Trump victory. However, with Biden being replaced by Kamala Harris, the media reverted to their typical propaganda, claiming that Harris's ascension has revitalized Democrat enthusiasm and all but guaranteed her victory. We can expect polls showing Harris leading by double digits in swing states. Big tech is playing its part by suppressing negative news about Harris and continuing to attack Trump. They're downplaying the seriousness of the assassination attempt and attempting to sow doubt about Trump's choice of J.D. Vance as his running mate. Soon there will likely be reports of chaos within the Trump campaign after poor polling numbers, and stories suggesting that Trump supporters are conceding to the popular will, while the media ignores Trump's solid record as president. What's the goal? The primary aim is to push the narrative that Harris's victory is inevitable, while the secondary objective is to demoralize Trump supporters, leading them to view everything with a pessimistic lens. The ultimate goal of this psychological operation is to make supporters believe voting is pointless. Harris is going to win anyway. This approach appears to have influenced even someone as rational as Joe Rogan into thinking the race is over. But let's examine the facts. Kamala Harris's record as vice president has been abysmal. She failed as the border czar, struggled as an ambassador for the administration, and made the US appear uncaring and unreliable on the global stage. Her approval ratings were as low as 28%, making her one of the least popular vice presidents in modern history. During the 2020 primaries, Harris was so unpopular that she couldn't win a single state, including her own, and had to drop out. Harris was selected as Biden's running mate not for her talent, but because she was perceived as no threat to him. Her struggles in her role have been evident, and even liberals like Bill Maher have acknowledged her failures. Harris's recent surge in approval among hardcore Democrats doesn't guarantee her victory. Trump, on the other hand, remains as transparent and resolute as ever, with his courage following the assassination attempt only enhancing his popularity. Trump and his team should stay focused on their vision for the nation, emphasizing Trump's strong record as president, especially when Harris's team resorts to personal attacks. Harris cannot distance herself from Biden's record, and the chaos under their administration is as much her responsibility as his. As the late Rush Limbaugh often reminded us, the media and polling agencies aim not to reflect public opinion but to shape it, which is precisely what they're doing now. As consumers, it might be wise to abandon the mainstream media altogether. Just as you wouldn't keep friends who spread negativity and lies, you shouldn't trust news sources that do the same. Being uninformed is better than being misinformed. As for the elections, President Trump seems as enthusiastic and determined as ever, and there's no reason for his supporters to feel dejected.